Okay, so let's talk about the different stroke types that we have with brushes. So the first obvious one is just a vertical, just like you would with sticks. And I like to term these taps. So we're just straight up and down, just playing like you would with sticks. And it's a little different. It's something to get used to. You might try playing your rudiments with the brushes. There is a little bit of rebound, but not much. So it's something to get used to, just the feel of the brushes. You can just simply straight up and down piston strokes. You can kind of whip the brush a little bit to give it an accent. So I'm kind of using a whip motion and stopping just before the head, and the brush just carries through, smacks the head, nice little accent. Maybe you can hear the brush whip sound. So we would call these taps. Then the next one, and this is where it gets interesting with brushes, is a horizontal motion. So this is a little different. And this is the part that you're going to have to spend a little bit more time on. But it's also where the real beautiful sounds of the brushes come through. So by going vertically, what we're doing is the surface area of the brush with the textured head is going to give you that legato long sound. So just back and forth. So obviously this is a textured head and not a clear head. So it's not really going to work on your clear plastic heads. But a textured head, that's what we want with brushes. So we have our vertical motion taps, and then this will be horizontal, back and forth, and we'd like to call that sweeps. So that would be something to get used to. Maybe with both hands you could just play eighth notes back and forth. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. It's just something to get used to. It's a little different. Rather than up and down like we're used to with sticks, we have this horizontal sweeping sound. So as we begin with these sweeps, what we can do is we're going back and forth, is we can begin to get into an oval pattern, and it becomes more of whole notes or longer tones where you're just getting a sweeping sound through the whole thing. And what we can begin to do is to count each oval or each circle. So you could get 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm kind of counting like every time it hits this spot, every time it gets close to me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. You can begin to speed up your counting a little bit. You could do each side of the drum would be its own count. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Awesome. So those are just some of the real basic strokes to get used to. The first one, the obvious one, is just your vertical, your taps like you would drumsticks. But then the real beauty comes in the legato strokes, and that's what makes brushes a little bit different. So spend some time with that, back and forth, maybe some circles, a little bit of oval. Get used to the horizontal motion of the brushes.